Morning.
David.
David,
Yes.
good to see you, David.
You too.
Steve.
Is there a restroom?
Yeah, it's out the door and to the right.
Hey, Mark.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. Hi, Dean.
How you doing?
I'm good, thank you. Hey, Mark, do you have a spare laptop I can use?
I have a Linux laptop you could use.
Yeah, can you use it? Is it okay if I get you doing
Take whatever you want.
it? Oh, okay.
Yes.
Um,
30 chapters. And it was very little they used. I mean, it's quite a bit of stuff. I thought it was going to be a lot more. So, I'll pass it. So, I'll be some certified chemist in the next 3 years. I'm working on my, we're trying to go towards my network plus next. And just move down that path.
Are you a networking person too?
Like the network?
Yeah.
No, more software.
Okay.
I like, putting trying to learn those sides of it.
Because I usually end up with, the networking question will come up, and I have sort of a great understanding of what's going on, and I always wish I knew a little bit more.
That's kind of, I did it when I ran the whole
Yeah.
studying and then just focusing on that a little bit more.
Thank you, Mark.
For the long.
That must be finicky,
People
boy,
just
isn't
go
it?
like, so getting stuff, people do all the time.
Yeah, I think so too. I'm very cloud-based now, so I'm pretty good at the cloud resources.
All right, well, that's
And it often states, all kinds of systematic networking. Right, but I end up with my bosses saying something like, set us up a virtual machine, and then we're going to run the next on it, and stuff like that. All of a sudden, all the old things, all that benefit about receiving, all that stuff goes away, and I have to start setting up networking and everything else. So it's like, "Yeah, why are you doing this?" Right. Well, but see, so for instance, one of the platforms I use a lot is Firebase. I don't know if you've heard of it. It's a Google backend as a service.
Oh, what's that, Firefly?
Firebase.
Firebase, yeah, I've heard of that.
Yeah. So I use that for at least 10 different projects. All right. So it's what has happened is Google has taken their cloud services.
Right.
And they wrapped them in some very easy SDKs,
Oh, wow.
and then they charge you, right? I mean, it's, so if you do like blob storage to store a file in Google Cloud, it's like 12 cents per gigabyte per month, right? If you do it through Firebase, it's like 30 cents per month, the same gigabyte, right? But it's so much easier, you don't have to configure anything, basically. Right, and so the Firestore's got, it's got authentication built in, it's got 2 different kinds of infinitely scalable databases, it's got blob storage, it's got notifications, it's got machine learning algorithm attachments, it's got analytics, it's all packaged up, right? So for instance, with just hosting, so we just recently did a website. And my boss said, fire up a virtual machine in the Google Cloud, and then put a lamp stack on it. And then we're going to run, WordPress or something like that on this virtual machine. Well, this thing has got security questions all over the place, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, in literally Firebase, and we had to buy an SSL certificate and all kinds of stuff, right? Firebase comes with SSL certificates package in the pricing. And it's managed by Google. You never have to do anything. set down some rules. I said,
So it's,
no insecure, don't worry, we'll manage the service, you know, and you can have a static IP if you want to, but basically, we would prefer that we dynamically allocate the IPs, we manage your certs,
Right.
and everything's fine, and, you know, geez, that's so easy.
So,
it is.
But then every now and then somebody asks you to go back, you know, 10 years and set up a virtual machine and install my own server, and, you know, do all these other things.
I've heard of Firebase, but now, is it used as a, is it similar to AWS cloud service, or what exactly is it?
Well, AWS Cloud Service, the AWS Cloud Service, their emphasis has, from the beginning, has been infrastructure as a service,
Right.
right? So they give you virtual images of what you used to set up in hardware,
Yeah.
right? So you set up a machine, you set up a database, you set up a master-slave relationship, you set up load balancers in the front,
Yeah.
right? And they have virtual images of all that, and they say, just construct your architecture using our virtual images.
Right.
So that's been infrastructure as a service. The Google approach has always been platform as a service, right? The back end is invisible, just install your code here, and everything will just run.
Okay.
All right, so for instance, you know, the databases are all, you know, guaranteed to have at least 3 redundant copies of 2 geographical engagements and all that kind of stuff. So, you know, if you say, okay, I accept the Google standards for the back end, then you don't have to worry about setting up master-slave relationships. You don't have to constrain.
Because we also know
It's all for you, right? So their emphasis is always been platform, and the Amazon people have been doing infrastructure
Do you know anyone?
as a service. And they're sort of coming together now, right?
Okay.
They're crossing across. So for instance, Lambda functions on
Right.
AWS is more of the traditional Google approach. In other words, you don't have any
Do you know anyone?
machine back there, you just have a function
Right.
in space, right?
Yeah.
That's sort of, I've been doing that in Google since
All good ideas.
2011,
Oh, okay.
right? You know, that's where I started with Google, was doing what they call the app engine. You pick a language. You know, back then, actually, they only had 2 languages. You pick Java or Python, now they have a lot more languages, right? But you picked a language and you said, I want to set up, you know, an application that runs with Java. And then all you did was with the Java, upload the Java code to the app engine. You never worry about how many virtual machines or whatever.
It'll automatically
Yeah, it would automatically scale horizontally, and then it would connect to a database that would automatically scale. Now and then you would do something like in the control console, you could set a maximum budget. You could say, well, I don't want to go over it, but $50 a month or
Right.
something.
Oh.
Because you could scale pretty far.
Right.
You know, but, yeah. And that's, in my opinion, the platform of the service is the way it is, so, period.
So, you would have no visibility or control into what goes, or Google says we are doing this, and that it's just basically a code that runs on it, right? So, if you wanted to specify something, would you be able to do that on a Google platform, like say I want?
Well, what you could do, and this happens occasionally, although I think 99% of applications will be unnecessary, is, for instance, using Firebase, which is the most, obscure backend, right? It just has this SDK on the front side. But they have hooks to hook into regular resources. So if you have a program that you have to run on a virtual machine, you can hook into a virtual machine back in the cloud. Or if you need to do data analytics because they have some really big data analytics services.
Right.
If you want to send data to a separate cloud instance, you can go ahead and do it to your heart's content.
Okay.
All right. But I think almost, so the front end, you're serving the clients and you're hitting microservices, right?
Mhm.
And that takes care almost all of the needs of any application. And then occasionally there'll be something special in the back end, or or you do analytics or something like that.
I don't know, on a browser.
So, when you want dedicated, say, due to compliance requirements, if you want dedicated hardware, they will be able to do that as well, I guess, right?
They're really resistant to dedicated. That's, yes. Yeah, they would just say, yeah, maybe we don't want your business. In fact, that's been the biggest frustration with me, because I'm like the federal employee.
Right.
Is that they go, yeah, we don't actually need that. So we're not going to modify our philosophy just until we
I guess it's too much oversight.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Right? Yeah, I had a big problem for a long time with authentication. I said, your authentication service, is it compliant with, do some regulation? They said, we have 500 security engineers working on this, 23 out of the last 24 viruses have been caught by our staff. We're not going to downgrade our security to meet that government regulation.
Oh,
I said, okay, yeah, I'll tell that to my boss. All right. Yeah, that'll make it easier.
When I worked at conference, we had these concepts like that. There's a mixture depending on. Like, for example, like databases, we prefer to use dedicated
Why?
I think the reason is,
This one's on the network.
I guess better controls the roots, the gas is more stable to have what they do.
Sounds like job security.
It could be, but as far as the web apps, of course. For some reason, I usually.
Well, I think there are security applications.
Make an update on that.
Right, but if it's up to like a level of Gizmo monitoring, but two or something like that, you're still with the
itself, so
yeah, you don't have to,
there's nothing to do.
go ahead and dedicate hardware.
Right. But this one, I don't know.
Yeah, I know, I received those.
Well, you gotta, we're talking about what the rules are in the organization.
I think the conference was, I think the team did what they wanted. It's not like these standards, we were trying to move towards these standards on everything, but every team did whatever they
This
wanted.
sounds going to be the presentation.
This is what we want to use, this is the result portion.
All right.
Come on.
Okay.
Way back in 2011, I went to a cloud conference.
Internet connection, I'm here in browser.
Yeah.
I had a technology here out there. This analogy, put up a slide. This is a really old machine. This is a steam-driven electric generator. And every factory that went electricity had its own electric generator. And they had a crew of about 6 guys that would maintain that. They're dedicated on site, on-prem.
Sure.
He said over the course of 30 years, the electric provider,
Yes.
Oh, sorry.
All right.
All right, good to see everyone. So yeah, welcome back. Hope everybody's doing good. Congratulations on your passing your certification.
Thank you.
Yeah, we'll come to you with questions.
I had,
Was that the red hat?
yeah, it's the first cert. RHC, you said?
Oh, yeah.
So Pramod has come down from Fairfax County to, we work together, and I learned that he builds things with Raspberry Pi, and I said, hey, would you be willing to come give a talk? And he was kind enough to say, sure. So, gentlemen, this is Pramod. Thanks for coming.
Thank you very much, Mark. Good morning. My name is Pramod George, and I'm a Raspberry Pi enthusiast. So today, a funny story. My wife and child are going fruit picking. They wanted me to come along, but I had better things to do, right? And what really pissed me off was they were going strawberry picking. If it was raspberry, I would have gone. So Having said that, I'll give you a brief introduction on Raspberry Pi and what it is, what it can do. Then we have three products that are based on Raspberry Pi that I'll demonstrate it, and we'll have some hands-on activity based on that and summarize it, and we'll have a fun day after that.
Okay.
So, yeah, we all heard of apple pie. It's all American, but what's Raspberry Pi? Or is it just pi, right? Like the number 3.14. But the Pi I'm going to talk about today is a credit card sized computer that is powerful. Next slide. It's low cost, plugs into a computer monitor or TV, uses a standard keyboard and mouse, and it was all a brainchild of a UK-based charity called Raspberry Pi Foundation. The idea behind this low-cost computer is to encourage kids to come into computing and STEM fields, but it's gotten so big that even the young at heart can play around with it, right? And they have a Debian-based Linux distribution that comes with Raspberry Pi that's called Raspbian. For the newcomers, there's a lighter version of Raspbian. It's called Noobs, and Noobs, yes, Noobs. They call it Noobs, and it runs on Ubuntu, Windows, IoT, and RISC OS. The next one.
Sorry, when you say it runs on Ubuntu and Linux, what does that mean? You can install Raspbian? Or
Right.
you can run those or operating systems on the Raspberry Pi?
Yeah, you can run Raspbian on your desktop as well,
Okay.
and you can run that operating system on the Pi as well.
Okay.
Well, I bought this off the shelf at Micro Center in Fairfax. Let's see.
My favorite store.
Yes, mine too.
Trying to figure out what distro this is.
Oh, I think this is a Raspbian.
Micro Center in Fairfax. Oh, you gotta go there. Oh, you have to.
It's hard to tell.
Well, it's, they have
Yeah,
rules
so,
for people who are.
So when they say that, most likely it looks like a Raspbian.
But you're saying other OSs can be loaded on it?
Right, other OSs can be loaded on that as well.
Raspberry Pi.
And in fact, if you go to the raspberrypi.org site, they have a bunch of distributions that you can load onto the Raspberry Pi. The next one. So it enables people of all ages to explore computing, and that was the base idea of bringing this low-cost computer to the market. And Scratch and Python are almost all the distributions that for Raspberry Pi, and Scratch is an introductory tool that relies heavily on visuals and graphical user interface to explain computing concepts to kids. So my daughter loves Scratch, and she likes playing around with it. So at some point we'll go through the Scratch interface, and you can see sometimes you may fall in love with it too. So it does everything that a desktop computer does: browsing the internet, playing high-definition video, making spreadsheet, word processing, playing games. So that pretty much sums up our daily activities, right? 80%. at least.
So Python comes loaded by default, you don't have to do an install or anything?
No, so in the in here there's Python. So the Raspbian comes with Python, and there is a BlueJ Java IDE that comes with it. And yeah, so and Mathematica. At some point we'll put the. Will we be able to project a screen on the Raspberry at some point? Or
Well, yeah, maybe we could zoom in on the monitor.
Wow, that is a husky projector you got there.
yeah, no, that's fine. We'll come to it later.
Okay,
Yeah.
later on, okay.
I hadn't noticed.
So yes, you can. It comes with the Raspberry.
Well, that's good because people are asking for a Python presentation, so that's good to know
Oh, yeah,
for
yeah.
future reference. Yes, yes.
Sure. And if you're starting programming, this would be a great way to go because first of all, that's all it is, right? It's just a credit card size. So the satisfaction of making a computer, if you will, is very much an encouragement to go further into build on small successes, I guess.
So Pramod, I'm seeing all sorts of kits. Security cameras, maybe
Right,
even
right.
drones, but I haven't ventured into trying to build anything.
No, there's if you go on to YouTube or Google, you will find like endless possibilities, right? So
So you said that Raspberry Pi is good, it's good for if you're trying to learn Python?
right, it gives you a no-frills environment IDE to start on, right? So
No, the reason why I asked is because actually I'm teaching myself more, a little bit of Python and actually trying to make it better.
right. So what it gives you is an IDE and interpreter comes installed in the Raspbian, and it has no bells or whistles. So during the initial phases, I think that would help in the learning because you don't want to be distracted by the peripherals, if you will, right? So, a stripped down version of IDE. So they started off in 2011, 2012 time frame, and these are the different models that Raspberry Pi came out with. So there was a Pi 1, Pi 2, Pi 0, which is mostly for IoT stuff, and then Pi 3, Raspberry Pi 3 B Plus is where we are, the latest, and it has it's a standard form factor. It's got wireless and Ethernet and 40-pin GPIO. So they have over the years done R&D and have improved a lot, if you will.
I have no idea. Had no idea it went back that far. I remember when Linux first came out in the early to mid '90s, it
Right.
immediately gained popularity. So it sounds like it was just recently that it caught on
Oh yeah,
with the public, anyways.
yeah. So the first few years it was the early adopters, if you will, who realized the power of this thing, right? And
You say it came from UK?
UK,
originally?
yeah, UK-based charity.
I think there was competition with the Arduino too. Arduino was sort of like the entry level,
Right.
credit card size.
Arduino?
Arduino, yeah. In fact, I think Arduino was pretty much died out.
Yeah,
What is it?
Arduino.
Arduino.
They basically use it for, like the little rockets and everything.
Oh, for the Lego box.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're still using it.
Oh yeah, you can use the same. So whatever Arduino does, Raspberry does too. So it's like,
Except the Raspberry does it about 100 times faster.
yeah, not too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now the Arduino though, you don't need to worry about Linux. It's got its own
Yeah, so, yeah, I've not played that much with the Arduinos. So this is what we have in front of us, and it's cost $35 just for the chip and or the board, and the peripherals, the power cord and cables would cost under $30. So if you were to get it in a box like this with its power, it would be around $60 or so. That's without the monitor. It's still pretty affordable. So what does this do for you? Possibilities are endless. It will just imagine yourself doing something, and then you can do it with Raspberry Pi. Well, what's in that board? So it's a 1 GB SD RAM, 2.4 gigahertz and 5 gigahertz wireless LAN, Bluetooth, gigabit Ethernet, a 40-pin extended 40-pin GPIO header, a full-size HDMI. So I connect this to my TV to later in the presentation we'll go over an open source media center that can be installed on the Pi. And so it's got a full-size HDMI attached to it. 4 USB 2 ports, a port for a Raspberry Pi camera, like Mark, you were just mentioning this, the camera, it's got a camera functionality, or a port to attach a camera, and 4-pole stereo output, a port for loading micro SD card, and the power input. So micro SD card is basically the hard drive of the Raspberry Pi. So that leads to the first product that came out that we're going to demonstrate here that uses the Raspberry Pi to a large extent. So this is something called a Kano, and it's again out of UK. So what it is it's a simple, fun way to play with technology. You know, again, my daughter and I built this together. So what Kano does is makes their tagline is anyone can make a computer, right? And they give young people a chance to like feel ownership in the product that they make, I guess. So the packaging is really cool. I like it. My daughter likes it more than so that's what matters. And I'll pass this around. So what they've done is they've gamified the entire process of making a computer, if you will, with Raspberry Pi. And in this, you again have Scratch and Python and all those installed in here. So if you look at it, it's so simple a kit, right? It costs around $220 for the entire kit, but spending time with your daughter and getting her to do this together with you, that's the priceless part.
Wow.
So I actually bought that for, I don't know how to get your wife to put it together and stuff like that, and then after I think she thinks to have it.
Oh yeah. And so till that time, enjoy that time, right?
Sounds like stick with it.
So so that's interesting that you mentioned that. So now when she has homework that involves an online portion like Dreambox or whatever, even when other machines are available at home, she chooses to go to her Kano computer, because she, what's that?
I said if you could use it as a computer.
Yeah. So,
Does it get a browser built into it? You could like hook up to your Google account?
oh yeah. And there's a
It's just
browser.
it's a Raspberry Pi.
Yeah.
No, I got it.
So,
It's pretty neat. I mean, it's a good starting point for kids. Because there's phones,
Yeah.
but it's just,
Do they need a adult supervision to get it all done? Do you think?
yeah, the initial sign up and all that, and then it's like an app-based thing, right? So you have apps on it, and then you just work with it.
Yeah. What do you think the age range would take to start this?
Oh,
they say,
7.5.
Oh, really?
yeah, I think it's basic here for like 7 to 12.
Yeah. Till they.
Because, because like with mine, they're teaching basic programming.
Oh yeah.
So it's, for 7 to 13, heck, I even got back a couple times, just.
Oh yeah. I do the same thing.
But when you initially take it out of the box, they have the diagram, they have the child put it together.
Right, with the book.
The USB, I mean, just
Yeah, go through. It's like a comic book. You flip through the pages, and it explains what a computer is in a very simple and
right.
fundamental way. That I like it. The only thing that if there is a defect, if you will, is the charging of it, right? So I've not been able to get it to work properly, and their customer service is very good. I called them up. I said, it's only been 2 months. I cannot get this. It's broken, I think. So they immediately send me a replacement, but the replacement also has the same problem. I think it's the design portion of it. This one that connects the battery to the external outlet is the problem. So what I did was, luckily I have a battery that's full charge now, but if it doesn't work, I just have an external battery that I connect directly to the power, and then it works fine. And that is their website, kind of build computers and learn to code. They have different modules, if you will, in there. So they have something called the Harry Potter coding kit. So you basically have a wand that you show in front of your computer, and it changes interfaces and also anything to get the kids to be away from the TV and do something productive, I guess. So, it's been working so far. I can attest to that. And
You're welcome, my wife.
Coming back to the Kano, they have an entire, on their website, coding challenges that again uses gamification to get kids to feel that it's a game. And it's not just kids, right? I mean, like as you mentioned, you any age can do this. Moving on from little kids to big kids, so Cody is the ultimate entertainment center, if you will. So it is an open source media center, and it runs on Windows, OS, Android, Linux, and Raspberry Pi. It's it's very easy to install. In fact, all you have to do is sudo apt-get install Kodi, and can we do that now?
That's
Yeah. And I guess usually sudo apt-get update before you install Kodi.
okay. This is live stream, but it's going to be archived too. So on the meetup, the link is on the meetup. So if you want to watch it later on, and I know you can't see it on the screen, but it will be on the stream.
Were you able to install it on your machines? It is a mark, it says.
I see it. Looks like it wants you to run -configure -a.
I don't know why that came up, but that's, wow.
You
So-
want to manually run this?
Yeah. Okay. Oh, there you go. Okay. Yeah, it didn't happen on mine yesterday, so. So while this is running, what Kodi is as I mentioned earlier, it's a home theater system. If you have an external hard drive that has all your movies or pictures, you can run it using a Raspberry Pi and Kodi as a home theater. And there are different apps on it that you can add on, like a YouTube app. So if you want to watch YouTube, you just have to go to the app and run it on your TV. So it's kind of smart, but so I'm not sure if you can see the screen on.
Yeah, apologies, guys. I was trying to display the screen. I
Yeah,
can't seem to do it.
Should we just gather over there?
You can do that.
Yeah, you can do that. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, and can you record movies also?
You can do a lot of stuff. You can jailbreak it.
Oh, yeah.
And then there are people that will do that, use code so that they can get the movies before that. I haven't messed with that. What's the point?
So there you go, you have all these, different add-ons that you can use to watch TV. So you don't have to
Okay.
have cable.
Totally have internet. How much is that? I mean, is there like is it similar to like, what is it, Roku or something?
So I think Roku is uses the same. What we are setting up on the Raspberry Pi, Roku is already set up for us. That's the only difference in that. So here you go. And then you can start watching this stuff.
It's a big connection cable.
Does Cody let you watch all of these for free?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah. So yesterday I was watching
So the website's called Cody.com?
Cody.tv. So
All right.
Yeah, just Google code.
And there's some educational
yeah,
videos.
there are. So you have. I think
Are they about programming?
you have the YouTube app, and you can have your own playlist that has programming videos on it, and then you can watch it on your big screen TV.
So I mean, I've heard people talk about Cody. I just totally forgot about it. Like I said, since I left Comcast, my bill went from $35 to like $2 something. So
So
I'm like thinking about getting rid of cable and just keeping our internet.
It is a
And then I don't really, I watch TV, but
program that you download from the
my
website
kids watch
that you
it.
install on your Raspberry
Hey, I'm saving money.
or your
Right.
computer if you want.
does it work on Windows computers too?
Oh yeah, it works on Windows, OS, Android, Linux, Raspberry Pi.
Okay.
So the command, this apt-get, that's an
It's
Debian.
live streaming, isn't it?
Debian
Yes,
distribution.
yeah.
Okay.
So it's live streaming?
Not exactly live stream. I wouldn't call it live streaming unless you have your TV or cable subscription that you want to stream through here. The other ones are not live.
Alright.
So earlier you said it also comes in lightweight. What do you mean by lightweight? Less features? Did you say lightweight?
Oh, for the Raspberry?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yes, less features. Not so the bundle might not have all the programs. That's basically it. So Raspbian bundles with.
I'm just kind of curious why, like if you have it's pretty inexpensive, why one would do a lightweight if it's only a few extra bucks, So I'm just,
The Raspbian, no, the program is available on the website for download. All those are.
yeah, so,
It depends on how big your card is.
right. And
So-
I guess if you have the lightweight, then you can just put in, you can add stuff that you want and not necessarily add other.
Right.
unnecessary.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I just.
And to install Kodi, you go to, if you want the guide, you go to kodi.wiki, and basically from the downloads page, it will take you there.
How many other TV channels will let you watch films from other than ABC? Any one of them?
There are a lot of them available. I don't know the exact number, but almost, I would say almost all that you can think of. That
Even Cartoon Network?
yeah, there was Comedy Central and Cartoon. I'm not sure. When I was looking through C, I saw Comedy Central, but Cartoon I think is there. So moving on from Cody now, we'll come to the fun part, the funnest part, I would say.
So Cody is available for free?
Yes, it's a program that you download from the website and install on any of those machines or operating systems. And so these are the first three, Libre, and OSMC and XBN are Raspberry distributions that are for home theater, that are specifically for home theater or media and entertainment usage. And Raspbian is what we installed. So now the very fun part of this. So we're going to run Wireshark. Wireshark is a free and open source packet analyzer used for network troubleshooting and analysis. Runs on Linux, OS, BSD, Solaris, Windows. How do you get it? Sudo apt-get update, or that's to update your system. If it's already up to date, don't do that. Go to the next one, sudo apt-get install Wireshark. And let's see.
These gentlemen know all about Wireshark. Last month, that's what we did. We played around with Wireshark.
Yes.
So now you're seeing it installed on Raspberry Pi.
Yeah. So do you want this? Do you see this? Do you want non-users be able to capture the packets?
You can say yes to all.
Okay.
So you just install Wireshark on the Raspberry Pi?
Yeah. So that get install Wireshark.
Did you try installing it on any of your devices?
So I got my girlfriend's old laptop. She ended up buying it, never used it. So I went ahead and wiped everything out, and then that's what I'm playing around with. So I'm using hers as my, instead of just continually, instead of using my Mac, I'm using VirtualBox, but instead of using all its resources, I was like, right, I got an extra one here, just use that one. So yeah, played around with it a little bit. Let the kids get on their second one. Well, it's neat stuff.
So there's Wireshark.
Yeah, fire it up. I've got one going on a Linux box too. Okay, here we go. We're turning into a Wireshark party here. Oops. That's a Wireshark running on this this Linux.
Oh, that's, okay.
Yeah. But we're all on the same network, so we should see each other.
Yeah, and when I tried to run it, there was an error that showed up, so maybe you would be able to decide. Well, might be able to put that on my resume now.
This doesn't appear to be something I can fix at the moment.
Yeah, but we'll troubleshoot it later, I guess.
Okay.
But
But
this is the cool one.
Oh, yeah, they know, they might even have a Wireshark running that.
Oh,
But yeah, let's see, our network is 192.168.1. Yeah, last month we were trying to figure out who was who.
What was our, I'm sorry, what was our command to figure out our own IP address?
Excuse me.
What's that?
or do you want to show this one? Sorry, guys.
Find out where,
The laptop.
It's locked?
It's frozen, I forgot it, I've been moving it around.
One word?
Is it okay if I go on Facebook on this one?
If you know your account. Oh, yes, of course.
And what about email?
If you know your, yes, if you know your login, yes.
All right, all right.
I mean, this is
So
pretty noisy, we have to
I'm
filter.
192.
Do you want to show it?
Yes, thanks.
108. I'm 108 with a little Raspberry Pi.
Oh, you're running it from the Pi?
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. So I'm not on the Wireshark yet, but I'm just saying, I'm on the network. Okay, so
Oh, I see.
I didn't know if I wanted to, you know, I can do that. What was it? Sudo.
If config, yeah.
Sudo.
Oh, he's trying to find out his IP address.
No, he's trying to install the
Wireshark.
Oh.
on the Raspberry Pi.
Boom. Things out of operation.
Install.
That's a pretty slick setup.
But you said it.
This is, like I said, yeah, go ahead. Sure.
Oh, yes.
Says I'm in, and then what's the command? It's Wireshark? Run Wireshark?
Oh, yeah.
Well, I have the GUI, so I'll just go and pull that.
Yeah, I'm not found for Wireshark. Do I have to reset or something?
No, you should be, you don't need to restart, but
How do I get to the GUI in Raspberry? Do you have any idea? Like I said, I just turned it on and I went right to a terminal.
oh,
Yeah,
close the terminal and
Just close the terminal. How do I do that? See, I haven't turned this thing on for almost 10 years.
Exit?
Exit?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that should close the terminal. So you should have Raspberry in the app.
Oh,
He doesn't,
You
he's
don't
got a
have
text
to.
base.
no, there was a GUI before.
Try exiting that machine.
What's that?
Oh, that's the command line. Exit my network.
Is it touch screen?
I don't know. This has got monster right here.
Did you just install Raspberry Pi?
No. Like I said, I went down to
Just
the
hit
basement. I got my Raspberry Pi, and the first time I turned it on was when I got here. But I had it. I was programming it a couple of years ago. So,
You could do a system CTL get dash default. See what that says. Yeah. System
System,
Yeah.
CTL.
CTL,
Oh, no, I'm sorry.
one word.
Yes, so system CTL.
Can do that. CTL,
Then space, then get dash default. Let me see if I can.
get,
Dash,
no space.
no space. Default. And this is just on this one. So okay, so you don't have a graphical. So if you do, try a system CTL again. Yeah, and then backspace. Isolate.
Looks like we're trying to follow me, the manager.
Like this. Isolate here.
Get that in space.
Okay.
Graphical. Dot target. So let's see what's. So
Then start graphical target.
access to.
It's not just a sudo in front of that command.
Gotcha. Even
So this
keyboard.
should at least, I know Red Hat, fortunately, does it allow you to spin up GUI.
Yeah, that's interesting. How,
All right.
oh, there you go.
What's that?
There it is.
Wow.
So that just temporarily sets it. You know, it's not, so then
So
when you reload it, it'll be back into the user mode.
I see.
orange.
See, that is certified using
I did something good in my certification.
I feel pumped. I feel pumped.
That's pretty cool.
So now you go to the Raspberry thing, the menu, and you should be able to see what on the internet.
I wasn't sure if that command, those commands were going to work because, you know, distribution.
Do not see Marshall. You said it installed, so let's see. So probably have to do something more.
So once it's installed, you don't need to restart it.
Oh.
Yeah, can you run Marshall from the command line?
I think last time it said I don't.
Yeah, well, you can have a window manager now.
Okay. Just where
Sure,
should
give it a try.
command that file.
Is it installed? Try apt-get again, apt-get install.
Sudo apt-get?
Yeah, sudo apt-get, sorry.
Install.
Yeah.
Where should? Is that good?
Yeah.
Oh, it's doing something. It says it's done. Oh, the following extra packages will be installed. Oh, yeah. Yeah, these packages without replication. Sure, why not?
Now try to start it.
It doesn't need to be restarted or anything, so it's.
I think it should.
Well, I'm not sure. Still
No,
not started.
is it on the menu now?
And it says Wireshark.
Yeah, the command's not found.
Like,
Typically, I would restart just for the hell of it.
Yeah.
Do you want to go to the menu?
yeah, let me see if it's on the internet.
Yeah.
You can do it in N6 with the command line. It's in INIT space 6. That's a reboot, and it's 0 will be shut down in all.
Yeah, they replaced now the system CTL is what they're using now instead of the.
Oh, okay.
It's the same thing.
I remember shutdown was
Well, of course, you guys don't know what version or right?
Oh, you can do the sudo update. And then
I did, and, yeah, so. Still not finding that command.
oh no, now if you go.
I misspelled it. That's why. I'm sorry.
You're forgetting the language.
That's better. Still command
was static, it went away after the reboot.
Well.
This would be something that would drive me crazy.
Okay, that is something to research and work on. Okay.
Yes, yeah.
Great, but I am I was one away, I might be somebody else now.
At least one thing you can take out of it is learn how to boot it up in graphical mode.
Yeah, how do you do it?
So it's system, CTL, isolated, isolated, graphical.
So I guess that is something that we'll research more and find out a resolution.
Morning.
Yeah.
So,
It's a lot, I'm not supposed to. Earlier at 10, but I have another meeting.
I came for the nutshell final part, right? You didn't miss much. So today we went through what the Raspberry Pi was and what it's used for. We talked about Kano, Kodi, and Wireshark, and in short, it's a powerful computer for low cost, and that is Raspberry Pi. Thank you. So, so maybe you may have an insight into the issue that we are running into. You want to take a look at that?
So we just did a presentation on Raspberry Pi and what it is and what it can do. And
Yeah, we were trying to load Wireshark into it, and then it doesn't seem to come up.